Alright YouTube, so today, as part of Monster Week, if you've seen the Monster Files, today we're talking about zombies. So, let's get the countdown going on the top 10 zombie movies. I love zombies just as much as I love werewolves, so there'll be quite a lot of zombie films on there that I like, and it's my personal opinion alone. So let's do it. So let's kick off at number 10. Number 10, I Am Legend. 2008, Will Smith, the sole survivor living in New York City after a zombie apocalypse, after a cure for cancer turns everyone into nighttime zombies that can only come out at night as they'll burn in the sun. I don't know if they're proper zombies, but still, it's considered as a zombie movie, so it's in there. Next, Resident Evil. Based on the video game of the same name, Resident Evil follows a story of the Hive, where a virus breaks out and brings back the dead as zombies. The T-virus, and then the movie's protagonist, Alice, played by Mila Jovovich, she has memory loss, but throughout the film her memory comes back to her and she starts to remember everything. And also it's action-packed, so I think you'd like this one. So yes, Resident Evil. And number 8 it is Diary of the Dead, a found footage film. I'm going to do a top 10 list of my top 10 found footage films coming soon. But yes, Diary of the Dead, directed by Jorge Romero. Jorge Romero, if you're a zombie fan, you'll know he is the godfather of zombies. He made the modern day zombie. It follows some student filmmakers that are working their way through a zombie apocalypse. And yes, it has realism to it, and also added effects in, as it's found footage. It's like the people that found it just add sound effects and music to it. Next on my countdown is at number 7. It is Zombieland. It's a comedy horror starring Jesse Eisenberg, Woody, Emma Stone, and even a cameo from Bill Murray, when Jesse Eisenberg plays a nerd who knows every trick in the book to survive a zombie apocalypse, until he gets a meeting with this new other guy played by Woody Harrelson. Is that his name or something? Well, he meets him, and then they run into these two girls. One of them's played by Emma Stone, and yes, they just, shit gets real, and they're surviving a zombie apocalypse altogether, and stumble through Hollywood and even go into Bill Murray's house. But yes, it's a funny film, very enjoyable, and I've heard that Zombieland 2 is in the works. Right, so next on the countdown, it's number 6. At number 6 it is World War Z. Brad Pitt, stars in this movie adaptation of the book, where he plays a guy who has to try and find a cure or some way to beat a new zombie virus, and this is like got super zombies in. They're fast, they can run, they can pile on one another to get above walls and stuff. Yeah, it's like no one is safe. But there is a way to stay alive around these zombies. Infect yourself with some virus, so then you can camouflage and they won't notice you. It's a good film, action-packed. It goes from like Philadelphia to like Israel to like Wales. It's really good, and I enjoyed it when I saw it. But yeah, it's number 6. At number 5, it is Shaun of the Dead, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. It's the start of what is called the Three Flavors of the Cornetto trilogy, because it always features the Cornetto joke, except for The World's End, where we see an abandoned Cornetto wrapper. But anyway, it focuses on two slobs, Sean and Ed, and Sean's like split up with his girlfriend, and Ed's just a slob. And then they realise they're in a zombie apocalypse, and they have to try and get to their local pub, the Winchester, and wait for it all to blow over. But in the end, they deal with the zombies in the way we probably would do if it was to happen in real life, because, let's face it, people that watch zombie films know how to survive. Okay, next at number 4, Wreck. Yes, a found footage film again, and I'm on about the original Spanish version, following a news reporter and a cameraman following some firemen through, through like a block of flats and stuff, and something's happened and the building's quarantined, and there's, the whole residents of the flats are turning into zombies, flesh-eating zombies, and it's got like, what's it got? Zombies, and even the film even got an American remake called Quarantine, which I thought was also good. But Wreck, I'm putting the original because I thought it was a lot more scarier. Quarantine, I sort of knew what was coming when I'd watched it because I've seen Wreck. Right, well, let's get on with it. So at number 3, it is 28 Days Later. Classic Danny Boyle film. It's, follows, they're like zombies because, they're just vicious, raging people. What happens is some activists for animal rights were freeing chimps from human experiments, but they didn't know that they were infected with a virus, which is a rage virus. So next thing, the virus gets out, and 28 days later, this bloke played by Cillian Murphy, he wakes up 28 days later after the whole incident's happened, and he's walking around London not knowing what the hell's happened until he is cornered by some rage zombies in the streets of London. He gets out and stuff, and then they got to find some soldiers in Manchester. It's also got Brendan Gleeson and Christopher Eccleston in it. It's quite a good film, and I enjoyed it, and it's probably one of the first zombie horrors I really got into. So next, at number 2, it is Dawn of the Dead 2004. Now, I did like the 1978 original, but when it comes to the scare factor, I've got to say the 2004 reboot is, probably one of those rare remakes that do better than the original, in my opinion. But yeah, it basically follows a similar plot line. They take refuge in a shopping centre, or what you Americans call the mall. And they just survive, really, until they realise that there's not enough supplies left and there's more zombies. So they have to make a getaway. Okay, so before I give out my number 1 pick, I just want to give out some honourable mentions. Honourable mentions are the original Dawn of the Dead, 1978. Shadow of the Zombie. White Zombie. Resident Evil, Apocalypse and Extinction, Afterlife and Retribution, and I heard they're working on 6th one which hasn't been out yet. Wreck 2, also Night of the Living Dead remake, 1990. Next on the, my number 1 is, it is the film that probably started it all. They invented the zombie walk, they invented the modern day zombie. That is Night of the Living Dead, 1968, written and directed by George A. Romero. George A. Romero invented the modern day zombie, and it's what we have to this very day. Slow, flesh-eating zombies. A B movie, yes. Black and white, yes. Low budget, but still, I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I watched it. I watch it basically every year around Halloween time. So yeah, these have been my top 10 zombie movies. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to share, then please share it. And also, if you want to see more from me this month, it's all going to be horror themed. then please subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you after this one. So yeah, can't really think about else to say. So yeah, also I'm on social media. There are links down below to my Facebook and Twitter. Please click on them, like, follow, and see what I get up to outside of YouTube and to stay updated. So, till next time, goodbye friends. If a zombie apocalypse happens in Vegas, does it stay in Vegas? Not sure about that. Didn't seem to be in Resident Evil Extinction.